And come to Charles Darwin, he makes it very clear. And now we would push into the field of evolutionary biology. According to evolutionary biology, the human species has evolved as groups. We are moving as nomads in the open grasslands. We are moving as groups. The greatest punishment for a person in the group is isolate him. If a person commits a heinous crime, the group will immediately make a verdict and say, get out of the group. He is isolated from the group. That's all. It is enough to kill him. Because the resources, the water, the food, everything, the technology, the collective learning process, everything is within the group. And a person, if is isolated, he has very little chance of surviving. So that's a death sentence. Go away from the group. So the verbal injury, accusing a person, separating him from the crowd, this verbal, that is regarded by the human brain to be more painful. The circuits of the brain were seriously disturbed when a person is physically injured. At the same time, if a person is verbally injured, he is socially isolated. The injury to the brain, the neuronal structure, the subconscious mind, the framework of the mind is devastating. So that is the reason a social exclusion. Even today, if you go to the villages or the tribal societies, you could see them. If a person is doing a small crime, they will tie him on a tree and they will whip him. And if a person is doing a serious crime, they just isolate him and just throw him out and keep walking away, and that fellow is dead by them. He has no chances of eating or propagating his genetic tree. He can marry a girl. So he is isolated. That's all. So this fear of social isolation has ingrained into the human mind, and it has been regarded by the brain as a more serious form of injury. That is the reason when you could say, when some teachers were talking to the students, if they give some very inflammatory sentences, we can see the student going to the room and writing that I am dying, I am committing suicide because my teacher has insulted me, and he hangs on the ceiling and he is dead. And the teacher is going to the jail. So the teacher will say, see, there are so many teachers who are beating the students. But why the student doesn't? Because social isolation, verbal injury is taken by the brain to be more grievous. This is the design. This is the working pattern of the brain. This is how the brain works. This is what is the principle of neurology. Social isolation, verbal injury is regarded by the brain more serious than physical injury. It is a product of evolution, and Thirukkural knows about it. So this is the greatness of this wonderful scientific book called Thirukkural.